Hello everyone, welcome to Asha Travels, a travel channel where I will be sharing travel tips, solo adventures, my experiences as a Peace Corps volunteer, serving in education, living in Tonga, as well as in general some of my experiences traveling to some countries around the world. In my last video, I shared some morning and afternoon activities I did while in Bangkok. Oh my God, oh my God, Jesus is Lord, Jesus! In this video, I will be sharing some of the evening and nighttime activities I did, including some nightlife. I will also share some tips on how to book these excursions. So let's get right into it. I booked this excursion with a few activities included, starting off at the Nasatta Light Festival. This place has a bunch of beautiful art exhibits, and it is for people who do love the arts, who love taking magnificent photos, and who are just looking for a beautiful, beautiful scenery to explore. As you can see, there were a few installments of different light shows, and the best time to go is after the sun goes down, so like 5 or 6. And the art installments that are there, the fact that it takes about 2 hours to make your way through the entire park, I think within itself is a bang for your buck. It is like you are stepping into a fairy tale, like you are in another world. And honestly, I really enjoyed my time here. I did book this excursion through the app called Get Your Guide. That is where I book a majority of my excursions during my travels. And we never gatekeep, so you know your girl's gonna put you on to all the information that you need. Day 6 excursions were about 4 to 5 activities bundled into one. So the total cost came up to about 95 US dollars. We also got to ride through Thailand's first floating market. We got to see some of the unique storefronts and buy some of the products. That was a very interesting experience because I have never been on a floating market ever in my life. Next, we visited the street food market and famous railway. This was really cool because the vendors are actually set up directly on the tracks. As the train passes through, which actually has passengers, people can see the markets as we can see them passing through, which was a two-way experience. The vendors have to remove all of their items, let the train pass, and then they can set back up once the train has gone through. It does come every 3 hours. We ended the tour at Wat Phran Dragon Temple, where we were able to go inside, see some statues, overlook the city, learn some information about the king, the temple, and the history of Thailand. After all the activities, I decided to take a nap, then go grab some dinner and drinks at Ban Swan Sathon, and I was pleasantly surprised by the magnificent views. I was so tired from day 6 festivities that I decided to sleep in and rest for the majority of day 7. In the evening, I decided to go on a dinner cruise with a company called the Luxury White Dinner Cruise. And you can also book this on Get Your Guide. So this cost me about 50 US dollars. When I went, the atmosphere was very relaxed. This was all inclusive. So there were drinks like wine, beer, champagne. There were a bunch of food, Western food, as well as Asian cuisine and entertainment that was included. So I was able to kind of just enjoy myself. There was a little bit of sightseeing as we cruised through the river. It passed through some shopping centers. We passed by some temples. So it was a beautiful sight to behold.
the Rama Bridge, ladies and gentlemen. But we were going to, instead we are going to this side. We will see the Terminal 21 Asiatic Riverfront. But
So when I was planning my trip and before I got to Thailand, I didn't realize that I would actually be there during Songkran, which is Thai New Year. And usually during this time, they have a huge water festival. There's like a bunch of concerts all throughout Bangkok, all throughout Thailand, really. And people are just having a blast. So I'm thinking I need to go get me a water gun. So I find a store, grab me a water gun, and I ask some of the locals where are the top places that I should be to, join the fun. And so they put me on. I end up getting on a Grab, which is like the local taxi service there, and I make my way to downtown. When I finally got to downtown, I found a bunch of people at this festival, so I decided to join in. It was free to enter. You just had to have your water gun with you. So I went in and I started blasting. Keep in mind that the festival entry is free. There are free shows and there are several performances, and it is such a fun time. I would highly recommend. It's around April every year. Experiences like this are definitely part of the reason why I love solo travel so much. The fact that you can go somewhere by yourself and end up running into people that are so welcoming, so kind, so fun, with great energy amplifies just that experience by itself. And I just love, love, love it. I could not leave Bangkok without exploring the night scene, so I decided to go out on the popular strip in Bangkok, and I went to a bar crawl with a hostel called Mad Monkey. So they host a lot of events like that. They started us off with a bunch of free drinks, and every club they took us to after that, they had 2 or so drinks that they had included in the package we purchased. This was like $17 US. It was pretty cheap. By the end of the night, your girl was lit. I had such a good time. I honestly did not get a lot of footage, but I met a bunch of people, made a lot of friends, and it was super, super fun. Since it was my last day in Bangkok, I decided to go out again, and I ended up at this Afrobeat club called Baffro's, and it was such a great decision. Baffro's was an amazing time. They had the best music. Like, it was just all out the best last night that I could have possibly had. I will say, if you are going to Bangkok, to keep in mind that it is on a pricier side of things compared to places like Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Phuket, and other parts of Thailand. So I would budget about 300 to 500 US dollars to spend on activities, nightlife, and food. It may be a little bit more, it may be a little bit less, depending on what you want to do, but that's just like a ballpark range. That's a wrap on my Thailand trip. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next adventure.